What would a roast of Pat Brackett be without a verse from Nick Rohrhoff? You see what I did there? I started off by turning a perfectly good opportunity to celebrate my friend into a story about how cool I am. Exactly what Pat Brackett would do to any of us if he was given the opportunity tonight. So, on behalf of all of us, but mostly me, who have had very deserving spotlights stolen from us to feed your insatiable ego, thanks for being here tonight, Pat. One of the best parts of having lifelong friendships is that all the stories eventually start to blend together into one seamless narrative. Or in Pat's case, one giant shit show. Early on in his childhood, after unsuccessfully trying every sport, he realized that his true destiny was to play mediocre roles in our school's drama club. When Jeep Wranglers were all the rage, Pat insisted on driving a Jetta. Despite barely knowing how to swim and living nowhere near the ocean, you'd never find Pat without his puka shell necklace on. And if you ask me when he finally became interested in women, well, it wasn't until he met Brooke. It was either that or that every girl he met before her quickly dealt him the friend card. Even at Iowa. Always more comfortable shooting for the role of Best Supporting Actor, Pat quickly bought all of his friends by joining a fraternity and befriended my current arch enemy, the future president of said organization. Accomplishments during his schooling included forceful ejections from bars without any involvement of law enforcement, a birthday celebration that ended in a 16-minute tearful, and when I say tearful, I mean crying until he was coughing, plea for water. Yes, water. That happened actually while he was lying fully clothed on the floor of the shower at the Delta Chi fraternity house. So much had he celebrated that night that he was unable to conclude that all he had to do to satisfy his one deepest desire was to so simply open his mouth. Now, there's definitely more than one joke there to be made about him opening his mouth, but I don't know who else is going to see this video. Studying abroad resulted in a mild temporary fluency in Spanish, a continuing fascination with soccer, a case of the hiccups that still defies all 21st century medical knowledge, and a long, intoxicated walk in Portugal that either involved an ambassador's residence, a swim to Morocco, or 2 gallons of absinthe. Either way, you shouting, "The streets are cobblestone, I just turned left, and the sky is gray, you've gotta help me," was unfortunately not enough information for me to use Google Maps to help guide you home. And if I was sorry about that, I would apologize right now. But I'm not, because I was pretty drunk too. During study abroad, we learned just exactly how smart Pat actually is, because no matter what happens, no matter how many drinks he has never locked himself out of anywhere. Each time he seems to always think security first and manage to lock himself in anywhere that he is. And I'm not sure, but I still think that we owe his Spanish host family for the bathroom door that they had to break down to make sure that he was still breathing that night. Which brings me to my next point, which is that I'm so glad that you didn't stop breathing that night. Because if you did, you would have missed the Welcome Home Pat party where we inadvertently saw Chris getting his tuba played through the basement window while we were outside, just minding our own business. Wow. I mean, where do you go from there? I'm sure there will be plenty of roasting tonight about how Brooke is way out of your league, accounting, blah, blah. The I won't change my lifestyle for my career award. Hopefully, a fake pregnancy announcement from Brooke, and on and on and on. But the real best part about lifelong friendships is that the best jokes with your best friend are about everyone else. Like when I saw that McKinnon was second to last on the roast list, I had to text Brooke, like, do you even think he's still going to be awake at that point? But as much fun as roasting the rest of you, present or not, like my idol Fabulous did during that one episode of Wild and Out, let's go ahead and do the only thing we can do and make tonight all about Pat Brackett. The worst, best friend that anyone could have. Love you, brother.